Good afternoon, you lot, and happy Sunday. Hope everybody is keeping well. As you're coming in, please do smash a like on the video. Today we are going to be talking about the topic that is on the tip of everybody's tongue: Mohamed Salah, Arne Slot, Liverpool. Now, obviously, I'm not a Liverpool fan. I'm not going to tell Liverpool fans how to feel about this. It's a very, very emotive topic. It's something that's very close to the bone. It's something that people are going to feel emotional and strongly about. And I have no interest in telling the fan base how to feel about their players, their club, their manager, or anything else. It's not something I like when people do it to Manchester United. But of course, in football YouTube, football social media, everybody's talking about it, not just Liverpool fans. And given that I have actually referred to this in previous videos before Mohamed Salah's quotes came out, it would be a little bit funny if I then didn't comment on the situation as it's actually starting to unfold. So, I think maybe last week I did a video on the things that I thought were wrong at Liverpool from looking from the outside in. Then 2 days ago, I did a video where I asked, is Mohamed Salah being made a scapegoat by Arne Slot? Obviously, Mohamed Salah feels like the answer is yes. From what I have seen, and maybe it's just kind of what the algorithm has given to me, but on X and on YouTube, the vast majority of Liverpool fans that I have seen or interacted with do seem to be backing Mohamed Salah in what he has said. There are some that are saying, no, doesn't matter, what a legend you are, you can't say that stuff. But it seems to be overwhelming that the majority of Liverpool fans are in support of Mohamed Salah on what he has said. So, I'm sure basically everybody has seen the quotes now, unless you've been living under a rock or been super busy with your life. But essentially he has come out and said, my relationship with the manager is not only broken, it's non-existent. I feel that I'm being made a scapegoat. I feel that I'm being pushed out of the club. There's somebody that doesn't want me here. I don't understand why this is happening. This might be my last appearance for Liverpool. I don't even know what's going to happen after AFCON. So he's not even talking about in the summer. He's talking about like now, right now. He's going to AFCON in this month. And after that, he doesn't know what's happening. So he's talking about January, which is mental. Not mental for him to say, but mental as like a concept. Obviously, Manchester United fans do have some experience with legends or major players of our club coming out and speaking openly in the media and to the media against our club, against our manager, and against some of his teammates. Obviously, Salah is more speaking about the manager and the club as a whole, really, rather than teammates. But there are serious parallels, and for anyone who didn't see it, on X, Piers Morgan has put out a status, which I assume is a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but also, hey, I'm here, friend. When is it time for the interview? Because obviously, Cristiano Ronaldo, when he put it out into the media, he did it via Piers Morgan. So Piers Morgan is now angling to have an interview with Mohamed Salah to lift the lid off everything. So when I say there are parallels in this situation, there are parallels in this situation. I mean, right down to a Dutch manager being involved in the situation. So the whole thing is just wild. I suppose I'm going to give my opinion. And as I said, this is from the outside looking in. This is not the opinion of a Liverpool fan. So I don't expect Liverpool fans to all like this. That's totally fine. Get your thoughts in, get your comments in, tell me why you feel differently. You're always going to feel differently about your club because you're emotionally invested in the situation. At Manchester United, we've had multiple players go out and do this now. Obviously, Ronaldo was the biggest one and he did it in the biggest way, but we've also had many players come out kind of with sort of emojis on their social media, wearing jerseys of other clubs, kind of snidey remarks here and there when they're on international duty. Sources are coming out saying all sorts of stuff. And for the most part, we've actually gone about it a different way. The United fans, and again, I can't speak for all United fans, but for the most part are very much like, player power can't live. You cannot have a player coming out and insulting not the manager, but the office of manager. The office of manager at Manchester United must be respected. No player is bigger than that. We now understand the very serious ramifications of player power in our club, the damage that it can do. We are still seeing the aftershocks of this earthquake that happened in our club. And we have seen it. I feel like we're much further down the line obviously than Liverpool in terms of a decline, in terms of chaos in a club, in terms of players being outspoken and doing this. But that also means that we have much more experience in seeing the fallout when you go along with this and when you back a player. So from my perspective and the experience of my club and the outside looking in, I don't think, regardless of who the player involved is, I do not think you can have a player coming out publicly undermining the manager of your football club, undermining his relationship with that manager, and undermining his relationship with the football club, seeing so good talking, Lou, and sowing seeds, that's the phrase, sowing seeds of doubt in the fans on whether one of their most legendary and incredible players, certainly in modern times, is even going to be here in a month. Your season has started terribly. You are not doing well. Your manager and your club is already under severe pressure. You have had so much to deal with in the last year. It is insane as a club and as a fan base. To have Mohamed Salah, a legend, to come out mid-season when you are already spiralling and do this, it's not good. It is not good for your club. Even if he is speaking the absolute truth. Even if you think Arne Slot has got to go and he's not the guy, you cannot have a player undermining the manager, regardless of who the player and the manager is. It sets a really, really dangerous precedent, because what happens the next time a player the fans like undermines a manager? It's not good. It tells the players you are in charge. You can do what you want. There is no consequences, and you may even lose this man his job. You might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. And the thing is, now that this has happened, you can't take it back. He cannot unsay those things. He cannot, unless he comes out and publicly apologises, which I don't think he's going to do based on the quotes that he has come out with. That the relationship is not only broken or non-existent, it's absolutely obliterated. You cannot come back. So the club is now left in a position they're going to have to pick a side. Both of these men cannot continue at the club. So now the club is going to have to pick. The thing is, from what I've seen, many of the fans would like the club to pick Mohamed Salah because of everything he's already done and given to your club. The thing is, Mohamed Salah is 33. And while he's a legend and an incredible player, he's not been playing well this season. Arne Slot was absolutely within his rights as the manager to drop him. That is the manager's decision. He is there to decide who gets to play, who sits on the bench. You cannot have a player, because he's a bit miffed about sitting on the bench, come out and slag off the manager. You cannot have it. The problem is, say the ownership go with the fans, they take Mohamed Salah's side and they said, you know what, Klopp's not been doing, or Klopp, you wish, Slot hasn't been doing well anyway. We were already kind of thinking about sacking him. Now that one of our legends like Salah has come out and said this kind of a thing publicly, and there's obviously more to it behind closed doors, clearly, this doesn't happen over one thing. There's a lot more to this story. But the club might come out and say, right, we back Salah, we're going to get rid of Slot, we were thinking about it anyway, this gives us an excuse, he's gone. Okay, but the thing is, you're probably going to lose Salah soon anyway, because he is ageing, and certainly this season he has started to decline. Now, he might lift it back up, if he was getting a run of games. Sometimes you play through it and you play yourself back into form, and that can happen. But regardless of that, he is getting older, so at some point he is going to leave. But what you leave behind then is a team or a squad of players who think, well, if we don't like a manager and one of us that's a little bit more prominent speaks out, we can get rid of him. It's dangerous. It's really dangerous. And I actually think Salah might have been better saying nothing, because if he had kept his mouth shut, I'll be honest, it looked like Slot was going to be sacked before the end of the season anyway. So if he had just waited it out a little bit, if he just bit his tongue for a little bit longer, I think you would have actually outlasted the manager. The problem now is when someone gives you an ultimatum, which is essentially what Salah has done to the club, you normally don't pick the person who gives it to you. Like, if you have a partner or a friend who says, well, if you don't do this, I'm not going to be with you anymore, or I'm not going to be your friend anymore. Your instinct then is, well, I'm definitely not doing it now. Even if I was going to do it, now that you're trying to force me, I'm not doing it. FSG, the club might come out and go, well, do you know what? If that's the way you want to be, thank you very much for everything you've done, but you're getting a wee bit on anyway, and we're not going to be told what to do by a player. He might actually have bought Slot more time by coming out and saying this than he would have had otherwise. He may have actually given the man a lifeline. Now, Liverpool and Manchester United are run incredibly differently at the moment. The fan bases are in incredibly different places. The teams are in incredibly different places, because while Liverpool are not doing well this season, obviously last season he's had the best season he could have possibly had. Well, within the Premier League. So the situations are very different. But what I would say to Liverpool fans out there, I'm not telling you how to feel about the situation. I'm not saying you shouldn't back Salah. I'm not saying you shouldn't be slot out. What I am saying is be very careful. Look at Manchester United. We didn't make this happen overnight. This has been happening for a long, long time. And just be very, very careful. If this is the beginnings of player power in your club, is it something that you want to continue with? Is it a road that you want to go down? Because Manchester United have shown you where that road leads, and it is nowhere good. So I am watching from the outside, without really a horse in the race, without an emotional attachment to one or the other, as someone who actually thought Arne Slot was probably on his way out anyway because he's not doing very well, and who absolutely has respect for Mohamed Salah and the player he is, but who is totally against player power and what it does to a club, to any club. And I just think Liverpool fans, be careful. Don't have your opinion, but be careful. This is a dangerous road. Please get your thoughts in. If you're a Liverpool fan, let me know what you think. Are you one of the majority who seems to be backing Salah? Are you one of the minority who is saying, do you know what, we love you, but you can't do things this way. This is not how we do things at our club. Are you a rival fan like me who is watching this unfold with eyes peeled? I am so interested in how you're going to deal with this. And I'm genuinely, just as a person, as a football fan, I'm really interested. I want to see what happens next, because I would expect Liverpool to deal with this very, very differently than Manchester United did. But maybe they won't, and I just want to know. Please smash a like on the video. Please get your thoughts in. Let me know who you support, and then let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I am open to absolutely all opinions. The only thing I won't have is abuse. So you voice your opinion, but voice it nicely. And I will talk to you all very soon. Have a lovely, lovely Sunday, folks.